Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? Well, making two videos today. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually publish two videos today, but I've been talking to a group of friends. We've been talking about dice mechanics and probabilities and more in the area of like competencies and skills and representing that and how you narrate that and all that good junk. And at some point, the conversation got around to the percentage of time that you succeed at a skill using a given mechanic, and the discussion of like, do you like a high percentage of success or a lower percentage of success, and how does that change or inform how play feels, etc. Really detailed conversation. And I'm not going to go into all the nuances of it here. However, at some point, like I brought up the old D6. Imagine an old grognard bring up the D6, and that's the real classic thing we used to do in old school D&D, and I still do in some of those OSR games like Lamentations of the Flame Princess, where you have a 1 in 6 chance to do something. So it's about average. You don't have a real high chance of success. It's 16, 0.67 chance, but it's better than no chance, right? And it's something that's a little bit better. Well, they have a 1 in 3 chance. 2 in 6, 33 and a third. And then you get somebody that's really exceptional at something, and then maybe they have a 4 in 6 chance. 2 in 3. What is that, 66.67? Which is, I wasn't aware of this until I talked to some grognards that are even older than I am. That was kind of the shtick back in the day. You had the 1 in 6, 2 in 6, and 4 in 6. They kind of skipped the 50%, 3 in 6. But I like to use all the sides of this die and make it really granular. However, we're talking about all that, and I've done these videos on Ubiquity because we were talking about Ubiquity as well as a bunch of other games, and I'm thinking, why do these numbers sound so familiar? Why does this 65% or 66% chance sound so familiar? 85. And so I went back and I looked up, because one of the first things I do when I look at a game is look at the math and look at what the probabilities of success are given the mechanics, and roll all these dice. So I don't know if you can see them. This big handful of dice, right? And of course, you don't roll big handfuls because of the cool Ubiquity dice. A lot like rolling this bad boy. When you talk about taking the average in Ubiquity, let's say we have a 6 die pool for sake of example, and the chances of success, in terms of getting your average or above or below your average, they're about the same. It's a little bit different depending on the size of your die pool because of the nature of bell curves and all that stuff, but it's close, close enough. And anyhow, if you're the chance of rolling the average, like I have a 6 die pool, I'm going to roll my dice instead of just taking the average. The chance of me getting 3 or better is about 65%. Like, that sounds awful familiar. It's like a 4 in 6 chance. Close enough for government work anyway. I thought that was really entertaining, because that's the one where you decide you can almost take this for granted. That's the guy that's really exceptional at doing something, 4 in 6 chance, right? And let's say that you want to roll only something that requires 2 successes, but you're going to roll your 6 die pool, right? So you need 1 success less than you normally would need. You got an 85% chance of doing that. 5 in 6. And then, beyond that, you need 2 successes less. Then, you just need 1 success. It's 99 point something, somewhere around there. It's close enough for government workers saying you got a 6 in 6 chance. Really, really kind of interesting. Going the other way, if you need 4 successes, right? Well, now you got about a 35% chance of making that. 2 in 6. And if you need 2 successes more, you actually have less than 15 on a 6 die pool. On the bigger die pools, it gets close to 15%. Pretty much what you need. If you need 2 successes more than what you normally would get with the average, so in the 6 die pool you need 5 successes, you got a 1 in 6 chance of doing that. That represents something that's pretty hard for you. So it just made me smile. I don't know what the real value of this video or this analysis is, but that D6 mechanic still works pretty darn good. And Ubiquity, I knew there was something I liked about Ubiquity and the probability curves. So how about that? Who would have thunk it? Maybe Jeff Combos knew that. What do you think?